And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Friday. We made it. February 11th. I'm Josh Engleman, and I'm here to break down a 7-game NBA slate for you today, coming fresh off of the trade deadline. Yesterday was an absolute blast. I could not have had more fun breaking down the deadline. I hope you guys were able to join me for that one. Good morning to everybody that's in chat right now. I see a lot of coffee cups, a lot of donuts, a hot dog from time to time. It's always good to see. Thank you for being here. It means a ton for you guys. It means a ton to me that you guys will start your day here with me. Before we do anything, please hit that like button. Helps us out a ton. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Lots to talk about here. 7 games to do it. It's Friday, so we need to be relatively quick about about moving through this, but we got time. I've already, I believe, moved everybody to their correct teams now. I can't guarantee that I didn't miss one or two people. I'm sure that I did, but I'll get reminded as we work our way through. Woo! It's been fun, man. It's been fun. It's been a good week. This ramp up to trade deadline was fun. I really enjoyed it. I am desperately ready for tomorrow. Cantor, yeah, I'm feeling that too. I'm feeling that. My voice is starting to go. I'm ready for tomorrow to be no content whatsoever in a big way. Here's why. And I'm comfortable saying it to my process crew because it's not going to leak out of here right now. And it's not going to matter because I'm not on anything tomorrow. And that's helpful. And I'm not looking for anything here. I'm just saying I'm going to rest quite well tomorrow because it is my birthday. So I get a day off tomorrow and I don't even have to take it. It's just my natural day off. So I am going to use that day for a great amount of rest. I'm about to take the sip of this coffee. That's the last thing I want to do. I didn't even cheers you guys yet. I've been complete and utter disrespect. Can't be doing that. So let's get into it now. So we're going to start here. Rise and grind. No other way to start this show off. That is what we're doing right now. I've got my coffee. I cannot wait to drink it. I was trying to drink it there without even cheersing you guys, which would have been awful. But cheers to you guys, whether you've got a coffee, water, tea, beers, shots, hot dogs, joints, whatever your morning vice is, join me with mine. Cheers. Let's win some money, close out the week. Exactly, Cantor. Exactly. I do not tend to celebrate it at all. But process show crowd is a little different. You get the behind the scenes stuff. So text, thank you. Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice. No responsibilities tomorrow. I still got my buddy in town. He actually flies out tomorrow afternoon. So I'm guessing I'm going to sleep in. We're going to have a fun night tonight. I'm going to sleep in for the first time in 5 days. And then I'm going to wake up, probably have some brunch, a cocktail, take him to the airport, and then hopefully not move from a couch or a bed all the way till Sunday. That's the plan, at least. All right, let's kick this one off. Let's break it all down. Charlotte Hornets, 6.5-point favorites in Detroit, 224 total. Philip, I'll give you my Super Bowl pick right now. If I think hard, I might be able to remember who the two teams are that are playing. It's the Rams. All right, it's the Rams and the Bengals, right? I got that right. Give me... Well, I mean, I think I'm cheering for the Bengals like everybody else. I assume the Rams just win. If you can't be losing the home game. All right, let's think this through for Charlotte. And we have no Cody Martin. We have no Jalen McDaniels. We have no Gordon Hayward. James Bouknight is probable. The real question here is who really plays some of these minutes, and does Montrezl Harrell play today? You would think that he does, but this is one of those things where I don't know if we're ever going to get this information until like later in the day. I'm not entirely sure either what Charlotte is going to do here, because it's not like Mason Plumlee is playing no minutes, but you also want to play PJ Washington, I think. I don't. Maybe they think PJ Washington and Trez can play together. I don't know. So I feel like I need to assume that Montrezl Harrell is going to play today. I think that makes the most sense. So we need to give James Bouknight basically like the Ish Smith minutes from the last game. I think leaving Kelly Oubre in for 30. I mean, 36 might just be his actual ceiling. So I'm going to make it 34 on Oubre. I'm going to maintain 38 minutes on Miles Bridges. Thanks, Michael. Appreciate that. I'm going to maintain 38 minutes on Terry Rozier. I'm going to maintain 38 minutes on LaMelo Ball. I am going to take Oubre down with Bouknight there. And then I think that it's only natural to assume that Mason Plumlee plays less. I'm going to give Mason Plumlee and Montrezl Harrell a full split, at which point I'm going to go 30 minutes to PJ Washington. That gives me an 8-man rotation. They're not going to go to Nick Richards at this point. Ish Smith turns into Bouknight, and we're at 8. I mean, this was an 8-man rotation the last time out, but now, instead of it being Ish Smith and Richards as the final two guys, it's Montrezl Harrell and James Bouknight. I think that's fine. So Tex, he should be more of a 5. That's the goal. I feel like this looks okay, but I don't really know what to do with Montrezl Harrell. That's a complicating matter. I'm going to leave his normal usage rate alone. I'm going to leave the rest of these rates alone. Is Trez really not in the DraftKings salary file? No. Yeah, I mean, that's probably the answer, Cantor. In a perfect world, he's your 5. But you're Charlotte, so it's not a perfect world. All right, that's Charlotte. Let's go to Detroit now, who no longer have Josh Jackson, or I already don't even remember who the hell else got traded out of there. And then they brought, Trey Lyles. So I remember the one guy that I didn't move over right now. Let's go ahead and do that. Marvin Bagley, come on down. You're the next member of the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to assume Bagley is available here, although he had been like just properly out. So let's make sure that he's not just still properly out. So as we look at Detroit, God, they've got so many dudes that used to be on this team. What do I got here? Yeah, 22. I need to delete half of these names. Okay. Let's see if Bagley's available first. All right, we still don't know the status on Cade. Guessing he's back now. They are on a back-to-back, so knowledge here is going to be difficult. I'm guessing Marvin Bagley becomes the straight backup center to Isaiah Stewart. At least that's what I would do. They are in a position to actually play Marvin Bagley the proper way, which is at the 5, which he's going to get destroyed for, but neither here nor there. I mean, this wasn't exactly a Marvin Bagley trade, David. Kelly Olynyk continues to play minimal minutes. Jeremy Grant somehow is still on this stupid team. So unless we assume that Jeremy Grant plays more time at the 3, we only have 96 minutes to go through Stewart, Grant, Bagley, Olynyk. I mean, technically he's probably the 4 if he's playing alongside of Olynyk, but I don't know. I need to free up minutes here. I just don't know where to do that. Like, obviously we're leaving Cade in. Sleepy. Somebody left a message that I complained too much about being tired on this show. I don't think they realize that it's at 6 o'clock in the morning and we're all tired. I think this is going to be what I have for the rotation. I feel like I'm underrepresenting Kelly Olynyk's minutes a little bit here, but I don't know where else they come from. I already don't feel like I have enough minutes to go around. And again, this is assuming Cade is back. So no changes here. Let's summarize this one. Charlotte Hornets. And we already know that we're playing a ton of these guys. It's a great spot against Detroit. Ball, Bridges, Rozier, Oubre, PJ Washington. They're all playing a ton. You're going to want to get these guys. I got nothing nothing else to add. Just, it's the same as yesterday. Just play a ton of the starting 5. Well, at least Ball, Bridges, Rozier, and Oubre. But no limit to the amount you want to get here. I'd say LaMelo is probably the best option, but I like it all. I'm happy to get to PJ Washington, 4,800 and 5,200, although I don't know what his role is going to be now, or how it's going to change at least. And then I've no issue going to $4,800 Montrezl Harrell if he's available today for this team. I think he's going to be a really fun pick and roll partner with LaMelo Ball. And then, I don't think Plumlee's probably the guy any longer. On Detroit, it's still Jeremy Grant, 5,200 on FanDuel, 6K on DraftKings. He is the best play from Detroit. For the Pistons, you also get $6,700 Cade Cunningham if he is available. That stands out. Happy to get a little bit of Bay. I think Stewart's okay. I don't think you're playing anybody else from the Pistons. So that's one game down. Cleveland and Indiana. This one could be pretty cut and dry. So for Cleveland, no Markkanen. Otherwise, everybody else is available. We did get in their first time, or in their last game out, the first game of Garland and LeVert together. We did see Rondo maintain his spot in the rotation. It was Lamar Stevens who ended up losing his, so that's fine. Let's hash this out then. We've got 32 minutes for Jared Allen. We've got 35 minutes for Evan Mobley. We've got 26 minutes for Kevin Love. All of that looks good to me. Dean Wade is in for 15 minutes. That seems about right. We've got Chetty in for 20. Seems right. We got Isaac Okoro in for 30. Could be 28. Let's make it 28. Karis LeVert in for 32. I'm okay with that. I got Garland in for 35. I'm going to make that 34. But I do need to shift these minutes a bit. So we're going to put Okoro in here. We're going to make Karis LeVert just the 2. And we're going to give Rondo 18 minutes. Sexland was more fun than Vertland. Yeah, I agree. Once again, I have no idea what to do with their rates, so I'm going to hold off on that one until we get a little bit of a bigger sample. But then we move to Indiana. Revenge narrative alert here for Karis LeVert. Look at that. You get it right out of the gate. So for Indiana, they no longer have Torrey Craig. He got shipped out for Jalen Smith. I don't know if he's going to be playing for them, but he probably should. Looks like I didn't move Sabonis to Sacramento either, so let's do that. So now, I think we kind of just need to start this rotation from scratch. We still did not have Malcolm Brogdon this last time out. I assume he's once again questionable. Yeah. Brogdon questionable. Isaiah Jackson questionable. Terry Taylor questionable. No McConnell, no Warren. Jalen Smith pending. I don't know. I mean, this is a really bad basketball team. I mean, Torrey Craig's been playing 30 minutes a game. We got to fill those in. All right. Who am I missing for Indiana? And why am I missing anybody from Indiana? Just out of curiosity. Why am I so off? Or do I not have a choice? Who am I missing? Oh, I'm missing Buddy Hield and Halliburton. Holy shit. No wonder I can't figure this out. I never moved Sacramento's guys. Yeah, that's kind of a big deal. I was wondering where the minutes were. Couldn't figure out who I was missing. Tyrese Halliburton, you are now on Indiana. I didn't make that change because it wasn't yesterday and I wasn't thinking about it. There we go. There's Buddy Hield. There's Halliburton. Now we've got people on the right team. Jordan Klein in the house. Dang, that should be good. Appreciate you guys. I left that one off because it hadn't crossed my path yet. We really were about to have 40 minutes of Dwayne "The Rock" Washington. All right, now let's try this again. A little bit more reasonable. So, I'm going to assume that Tyrese Halliburton... Well, actually, I have to assume that Malcolm Brogdon plays. That's really the issue here. So, I'm going to give Malcolm Brogdon 28 minutes. I'm going to give Tyrese Halliburton 34 minutes. I think we're going to get 30 minutes out of Buddy Hield and 30 minutes out of Chris Duarte at a minimum. We're going to say that Goga gets, I don't know, 28. Does Jalen Smith play today? That is an interesting question because I think he should. I still got to give Lance minutes. So here's 20 for him. I haven't given any minutes to Dwayne "The Rock" Washington yet. So I'm running deep on guards. I guess I need to give Isaiah Jackson minutes. So I'll give Isaiah Jackson, the backup, 5 minutes. O'Shea Brissett played 29 this last time out. I'm going to give him 28. I'm going to assume Kiefer Sykes isn't playing. I think I have to assume that I don't know if it's going to be Terry Taylor or Jalen Smith or neither of the two. And I got to bump everybody down. Otherwise, they don't really have a natural 4 on this team. I don't know how to give Dwayne Washington these minutes. I really don't. But he's the guy that needs these 22. How big is Dwayne Washington? He's like 6'2". Yeah, 6'2". Okay, so everybody's just got to like move down a peg, I guess. That's helpful. There's 22. I'm going to put Duarte here. Take Buddy Hield up to 28, I guess. I mean, is Lance Stevenson about to be the 4 on this team? They don't have anybody to play the 4. It's got to be Jalen. I think Jalen Smith is going to play like a lot. I just don't know if they take Dwayne Washington out of the rotation. I mean, they should Probably. I don't know how to give Jalen Smith these minutes, but I think that he deserves these minutes. I think Dwayne Washington is going to be out of the rotation, and they're going to go to Jalen Smith. I'm actually going to do that. 28 to assuming Brogdon is in. Obviously, if Brogdon's out, then Dwayne Washington can stay. But otherwise, I think he's out of the rotation. We get 28 minutes out of Buddy Hield. Get 30 out of Duarte, although I guess that could actually be 32 now for Duarte. Now that I have the minutes to go around. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I mean, I don't like the rates that I have to try to figure out for this team, but I'm just going to let them go for right now because we've got Malcolm Brogdon's in. That's really the only thing that I can do. I got a sneeze coming too at some point. We've already looked at Cleveland, so game number 2 in the books. 6:53, by the way. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. Cleveland doesn't look all that great. We've got Jared Allen on FanDuel at 7,600. We've got Evan Mobley on DraftKings at 6,700. Both of those prices look pretty good. There are no priorities on the Cleveland side of this one. Not right now. On Indiana, though, Goga Batadze, if he is starting, 5K on FanDuel, 4,700 on DraftKings. If you think O'Shea Brissett's getting the same minutes he got last time or at least close to it, I got him in for 28. Power forward center eligible on DK, 3,700. That's a really nice value option. No other priorities, though, from Indiana. I don't love Halliburton for right now. I don't love Duarte because I just don't know what they're going to do from a usage perspective. And this, again, assumes Brogdon is in. If Brogdon's out, Halliburton might have like 23% usage. That's going to completely change him. So we shall see on Indiana. That's a tricky one today. Oklahoma City, 12-point dogs in Philadelphia. OKC didn't really do anything yesterday, which I thought was kind of surprising. They're like $25 million under the salary floor, which I'm sure their players don't mind, but I thought they were going to take on some salary. No Shea, no Earl, no Wiggins, no Muscala, no Roby, no Paul Watson. So we know what we're getting here. This is basically the same team that they were the last time they played. Lou Dort, 34 minutes. I think I'm fine there. Giddey at 34 minutes. I'm good there. We did get 30 minutes out of Poku. So, got to remember that Diakite is no longer on this team. Favors played 15 minutes. We'll take that down to 16. Got 32 minutes out of... All right, so Trey Mann barely played. That's interesting. They went to Teo Maledon. Baisley's minutes were reduced. Yeah, I mean, this team is impossible to project. They just jerk these guys around so much. There's no telling who's going to play. How the hell do I give Pogoshevsky any minutes in the 20s? His last 2 games, he's played 26 and 30. But I feel like I can't project him for anything other than 24. And at the same time, I don't know where to take those minutes from. I've got Trey Mann, Ty Jerome, Teo Maledon at... They played 79 minutes. Well, they played 80 minutes in their last game. They played 64 the game before that. I have them right now at 63. I can't take any minutes away from those guys. That, no matter who needs the minutes out of that trio, they have them. Maybe it's Giddey. Maybe I have to take Giddey down from 34 minutes in this spot to 32. But all that does is free me up to give more time to these idiots. I got Kenrich Williams at 26. That's, to me, what it has to be. I've got Baisley at 34. To me, that's what it has to be. How the hell do I give Pogu any time? I really don't know. Who have I, like... I guess I have... What? 24 plus minutes here available for it? Is Darius Baisley just the 5 of this team now? I guess he is, right? Well, there's 24 minutes for Poku. Giddy at 32. Dort at 34. Kenrich at 28. We've got Ty Jerome, 21. Treyman, 32, I think, has to hold. Maladon is going to get a little bit more. Take him up to 19. There we go. Giddy's limited to 30 minutes. How did I miss that? Why is that? We just played 37 minutes like a week ago. Is that legit? Take your word for it, guys. Take your word for it. So I'll drop Giddy down to 30 minutes. So 21 for Ty Jerome, 32 for Treyman. I think I'm okay with everything else here. 19 for Maladon seems okay. That now has me at a total of 72 for that group. That I like. That I like. I'm going to give those extra 2 minutes to Derek Favors. We're good there. Rates all stay the same for Oklahoma City at the very least, so we don't have to go too crazy there. On the Philadelphia 76ers side, they will be without Seth Curry, obviously. I assume James Harden is not playing today, right? He's just out. There's no way Harden's playing. Is it on the injury report? Because in theory, they should be on the injury report fully. Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, Ben Simmons, all out, trade pending. Okay. I mean, there's no way Harden's playing today against Oklahoma City. It's just not happening. So we need to send Seth Curry to Brooklyn. We need to send Andre Drummond to Brooklyn. And that's it. So Philadelphia, no Curry. That's really the only change. I guess we're assuming Tyrese Maxey's available for this one. We're assuming Shake Milton questionable. So I think we're assuming Shake Milton's back, playing backup run. Which, I mean, there's plenty of it to go around. Milton has not played in the past month. So in games where we had no Seth Curry, we were getting like 30 plus minutes of Matisse Thybulle. I'm certainly going straight back to, 32 minutes of Matisse Thybulle here. I think we have to. I think 24 minutes for Danny Green feels about right. Charles Bassey basically has to be the backup center unless they're trying to go to some sort of stretch George Niang thing. I don't think that's the case. So, my wife got her Wordle, 5 of 6. Same for me. Gotta send her mine quickly. Can't be letting this one hang. There it is. All right, so does Korkmaz just play more here? In the stretch where we had no Curry for 4 games, we got 30 minutes of Korkmaz in 2 of those. I mean, 2 of them didn't have Thybulle, so it made a little bit more sense, but these 2 did. I mean, I think he's got to be in for like 28 minutes. But maybe I don't have that playing time. Maybe I got to go to 22. Was Danny Green out for that? Yeah, Danny Green was out for one of those too. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. 22 for the Cork. 24 for Danny Green, 32 for Thibault, 18 for Milton. That's a 9-man rotation. I got no issue with it. Probably don't have to change rates either. I mean, it's just Curry. It's not going to be the biggest change in the world. So I'm probably going to be pessimistic on Joel Embiid like I have been. We'll see where that ends up. That's OKC and Philly, though. So another one in the books. 3 games down. Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. We have got 121 viewers, 53 likes. Bump those likes up. And before we look at Oklahoma City and Philadelphia, let's talk about Prize Picks, the presenting sponsor of this video. Go to awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo. Get yourself 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum, a little bit of a deposit bonus. We have tools on awesemo.com that will really help you out for Prize Picks. You're basically building parlay cards. You're taking over-unders on player props. It's a great spot to build your bankroll, and we've got a lot of tools that will help you do it. So again, link on the top on the banner, awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo. Cohiba, thanks for being here. All right. Oklahoma City, Trey Mann, 4,400 on Fanduel, 4,900 on DraftKings. That's the guy that I'd be looking at. I actually want to take Trey Mann down from 32 minutes just because there's no real reason that he has to play those minutes. We're going to take Maladon up to 21. So that tames Trey Mann a little bit. Otherwise, Baisley, Dort, Mann, Kenrich Williams, Poku. You can cast, Poku's 3,500. You can cast a pretty wide net for Oklahoma City. My wife wants to know what my 4th guess was. Now we look at the Philly side. Remember, no Seth Curry in this one. Joel Embiid, 11K on FanDuel, 11.9 on DraftKings. I think he looks really good. Tyrese Maxey, 8,600 on FanDuel. 7,700 on DraftKings, though I'm still willing to get to. I got him in for 0.92 fantasy points per minute. Might be a little high. Matisse Thybulle, $3,300 on DraftKings. If he's playing 32 minutes, even at the rates that he has, that is a viable value play. Tobias Harris, you just kind of squeeze in. We go to San Antonio now. San Antonio, no longer the residence of Thad Young. He's made his way to Toronto. San Antonio now does have Josh Richardson. Traded away Derek White yesterday in an interesting deal. Josh Richardson, I assume, is available. I'm just assuming that everybody's available. I'm guessing Satoransky could be available too. I don't know. We're not going to know any of these things, so I'm just putting everybody in that could be in. So let's delete this entire rotation. So we've got Jakob Poeltl in for 32 minutes. Let's make it 31. Say Zach Collins is the backup center. We'll continue to give Keldon Johnson his 33 minutes. At which point I think I need to give Doug McDermott 24. I'm going to say that Trey Jones is the backup point guard. And then I think we're going to get 22 to 24 minutes out of Josh Richardson, Devin Vassell. I mean, maybe Vassell just continues to play a little bit more. Do we just get 28 minutes to Vassell? 20 minutes to Josh Richardson, 20 minutes to Lonnie Walker, and 19 minutes to Josh Primo. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. That feels about right. So let's grab the rates for this Spurs team when we don't have Derek White on the floor. So we're going to take Derek White off. And we'll say that DeJounte Murray played, Keldon Johnson played, and I think it's important to say Jakob Poeltl played. So this will give us a little bit of an idea of what should move around for this team, at least for the guys that are still here. Because it's not like Josh Richardson's a big usage guy. So I don't think that matters all that much. I don't know if Satoransky's going to play. It's possible that he just gets bought out, but because I think Josh Richardson will continue to play. Also got to remember Drew Eubanks no longer on this team. He got shipped to Toronto in that Thad deal. Need the place to put the rates, Josh. All right, so we get Eubanks here. And then we get, why did I say Eubanks? We get assists here, and then we get rebounds. All right, so DeJounte Murray with White off when everybody else is sort of available. Shite. I need to take Bryn Forbes off. I keep forgetting that Bryn Forbes gets a lot of usage. He just seems like a guy that wouldn't, but he does. And that makes things complicated. All right, so that shrinks the sample a little bit. Oh, well. It's enough for the guys that we need. Because I don't know if we're going to be playing bench guys from the Spurs to begin with. All right, there's our rates now for the Spurs. No White, no Forbes on. So Murray's got a 28% usage rate, a 15% assist rate, which I can't go that high, but holy, that's a big time jump. And he gets even more rebounds. Murray, just a completely different player. I actually don't know if anybody else is going to move. Keldon Johnson gets to 21% usage rate. I'll give him a little bit of a bump. Lonnie Walker already has that kind of usage rate. Keldon Johnson does very little else. Not sure. Glad to have you. I think that's probably it for the Spurs team. We're not really looking at them all that much. Appreciate you, not sure. I appreciate you. We'll go to Atlanta, who thought was going to do something and ultimately didn't. The Atlanta Hawks, I believe, are at full strength. I assume if it's anybody, it's just Lou Will. Yeah, Lou Will questionable. I don't even know if it matters. I guess Bogdan Bogdanovic can give up a minute. Take him down to 28. Take Lou Will up to 3. I think DeLon Wright maintains his minutes. I think Kevin Huerter maintains his 30. After that, I don't have any other minutes to take away from people. So maybe I take 2 more minutes away from Capella and 2 more minutes away from Okongwu. Go to 22. Go to 18. Give John Collins a little bit more at the 5. And we got him in for 30. That lets me get Lou Will up to 7, so that'll work. All right, so that's another game down. San Antonio and Atlanta. DeJounte Murray, very clearly the best option from the Spurs. Devin Vassell at 4K on DraftKings would be my second favorite option for the Spurs. On Atlanta, Trae Young FanDuel 9K, DraftKings 9,900, and it's Kevin Herter for 4,200 on DK as a decent value. Not a lot of priorities here, though. I think you can go pretty deep on Atlanta on DraftKings, whether that's Collins at 6,600, Hunter, Bogdanovich. I think both of those guys are fine. Now we go to Denver. Denver at Boston. Denver should just be the same team, barring any injury, because they didn't do anything, really. No Monty Morris. Okay, that changes it. No Jamal Murray. Austin Rivers is probable. So if we don't have Monty Morris, we're going to get... we're going to get Campazzo, no? Let's look. Who's played the most minutes for the Denver Nuggets this season when Monty Morris couldn't play? Let's just, first and foremost, games that Monty Morris didn't play. There's been 3 of them. Campazzo led the team in minutes. Now, I understand that he has not been in the rotation for a while, but are they just going to go to Austin Rivers? Like, is everybody just going to play 20 minutes? Is that what's going to happen here? Like, Jokic's minutes are fine. DeMarcus Cousins is signing another 10-day. I think his minutes are fine. Jeff Green plays 20 minutes a game. Ignaji plays 20 minutes a game. We've got Aaron Gordon in for 32. We've got Will Barton in for 34. So what we need to do, we have 86 minutes for Rivers, Highland, Forbes, and Campazzo. Now, somebody's got to be the starting point guard here. It just feels like it's Campazzo, right? Or are they just gonna say it's 4 dudes, 86 minutes apiece? We're talking 22 to 20 minutes apiece for all of these guys. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe Bryn Forbes plays 18 minutes. Bones Highland plays 24 minutes. Austin Rivers plays 24 minutes. And Facundo Campazzo plays 20. I don't know. I've got no feel for this. I know that I'm not ultra worried about rates, but I think that Nikola Jokic, when Monty Morris is off the floor, has like a real staggering assist rate. So we'll take Monty Morris off and Michael Porter Jr. off. And we'll say that Will Barton and Nikola Jokic both played. Now let's see what we got. Cantor, shouts to Kadeem Allen, Wilmington, North Carolina product. Big fan. Big fan of the locals. All right. Let's grab these rates for Denver. I need to pick up the pace dramatically at this point. So it's time to wake up. We're at that point of the show. It's been 45 minutes. I've talked myself more alert, which is helpful. Let's go copy, copy, copy. All right. So Jokic has played 280 minutes without Monty Morris and without Michael Porter Jr. on the floor. Actually does have reduced rates, which is interesting to see. Rebounding rate is actually really high, though. I'm going to bump that up. Where does the usage go? Okay, Bones Island with a 26% usage rate. We're going to let him have that. Aaron Gordon has not played a ton with these guys, but we will bump his usage rate. Where does the rest of the usage go? Will Barton's at 25. I can't go that high, but I will bump it up a bit. I think the rest of these guys just hold true. Not a ton to like for Denver in a matchup against Boston. Speaking of Boston, we're going to at least have to move around a little bit of stuff, considering they shipped out Josh Richardson, and he did play, but I think we're just going to see Peyton Pritchard sort of move right into those minutes. I've got 23 additional minutes to go. We got Marcus Smart. We're going to pop him in for... I'm going to leave him at 32. I don't know why he'd be playing more. I'm going to assume that Derek White can play today. Don't know if he can. I think we give him 30 minutes. We've got Al Horford in for his 27. We've got Robert Williams in for his 32. 35 for Tatum, 34 for Brown, 24 for Grant Williams. We've got 26 minutes left over. I don't know if Tice plays today, at least. He is not really necessary on this team, so I'm going to leave him out. You know, I think Peyton Pritchard's going to be the guy that gets more time, so there's 20 minutes, but I've got 6 minutes left over. This is only an 8-man rotation right now. So maybe it's Neesmith and Pritchard, and we go 13 and 13, assuming Derek White plays. I don't know if he does. Not going to change any rates. I'm going to treat Derek White like he'll be the same guy. No different than Schroeder, basically, in this role. So that's Denver-Boston. Not going to look good on paper. For Denver, it's basically Jokic on Fanduel 11-5, and we probably like Embiid more. Barton, Gordon, Bones are all solid. Like Bones Highland's 3,800. He could just fall into extra minutes. I just don't have a feel for it. And then on the Boston side, Time Lord 7,500 on FanDuel. I mention it all the time. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, like you're clearly able to play those guys. There's just so much up in the air on this slate. Give me 1 second. Okay. Back in it. Toasted biscuits. I hope you get it, man. I hope you get it. Minnesota and Chicago. This is the most interesting game on the slate because 241 total. This is massive. We are not going to be seeing a ton of defense in this one. Last time out, which was Wednesday, we did not see Patrick Beverley. We have Beverly, Russell, Edwards, Prince, Reed, and Okogie all questionable. I've got everybody in. This is normal rotations for this team. I can't do anything else other than going to what they normally do. So this is just going to hold for Minnesota today. And it's a great spot for a couple of these guys. For Chicago, I assume there's 20 guys hurt. So Dosunmu questionable. Vooch is probable. Everybody else that's been out is out. Dosunmu only missed Wednesday's game. So I'm going to pop him right back in. I'm going to take Kobe White down to 28 minutes again. I think we could leave Javonte Green in at 30. That gives me 36 for Dosunmu. I have 2 additional minutes left over somewhere. We could take Troy Brown down from 24. Take that down to 20. Give Matt Thomas 4 minutes. That's about all we need to do here. I guess I could take Javonte Green down to 28. Matt Thomas to 6. But the Bulls are pretty easy to handle. We don't have to make any rate changes. Dosunmu isn't that kind of guy. So we only have one game left. Minnesota here. Anthony Edwards is your best option. 7,400 on Fanduel, 7,800 on DraftKings. I think Towns, Russell, Beverly all look basically the same. Happy to get to all three of them, depending on what salary I have left. And I think Vanderbilt looks okay in the mid-5s. It's just a great game to attack because there's going to be so many fantasy points. On Chicago, Levine at 8K on Fanduel. Yes, a lot. Vooch at 9,500 on DraftKings looks good. I don't mind Kobe White for 4,400 on Fanduel. I like DeMar DeRozan for 9,700 on DraftKings. You got to attack this game. There's just too much scoring on paper. And then we go to Orlando. Late night hammer. Well, not even a late night hammer. It's a 9 o'clock start. Orlando, 12.5-point dogs in Utah. This is brutal for the Magic. By the way, we have 146 viewers, just 69 likes. Now, obviously, that is a nice number of likes, but I would love to see more if possible. For Orlando, so they didn't really do anything, did they? They took on Bol and PJ Dozier. Which doesn't matter. Suggs is questionable, leaving him in. Fultz, Isaac, Hampton, Mo Wagner. I know they cut Michael Carter-Williams and somebody else. I thought it was somebody else. And Etuan Moore. Got it. So those guys can go away. I can finally stop worrying about them. But I think this is just the same rotation for Orlando. This is the same guys they've had. Terrence Ross get a little bit of extra playing time this last time out. Some of these guys have playing time that just gets jerked around a bit. Looks like Mo Wagner didn't play the last game. I don't know what. Give somebody else minutes. So Robin Lopez played. Mo Bamba played. Wendell Carter Jr. played. They played 67 minutes together. Well, not together, but combined. Iggy Brasdakis has just been playing for reasons. So, I don't know. How do I give Robin Lopez minutes too? Give Robin Lopez 12 minutes. I guess let's give him 14 minutes. That'll just be the team. That works for me. Oh, I'm frozen? Can you? I assume you still hear me. Let's see if I can fix this. Stop cam. Start cam. Nope. We back. Cole Anthony looking good. No surprises there. Let's go to Utah. Are we getting Rudy Gobert back today? Rudy Gobert's questionable. Rudy Gay, however, out. So that'll cause no confusion for people. All right. Let's I'm just going to gut this Utah rotation just to do this quicker. Conley goes in for his standard issue 29 minutes. Donovan Mitchell backs him up and plays 34 minutes. We get Rudy Gobert coming back. I'm just going to give him 30. It's a 12-point Orlando team. No need to rush him back in any way. I'm going to assume that Whiteside is just the backup and that Azubuike is done, but I don't know. I really don't. We know that we need to give Clarkson his normal 27 minutes. We need to give Boyan 32. We need to give Royce O'Neal 31. That leaves me Give 17 minutes to Eric Paschal, 16 minutes to Trent Forrest, and 6 random minutes to somebody else that doesn't matter. Jared Butler, sure. That's Utah. Rates stay the same, I guess. Oh, yeah, they have Nickeil Alexander-Walker now, too. Wonder if he's going to play. Probably is, right? Let's go. Let's get Nickeil Alexander-Walker. We'll go 11 minutes to Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 11 minutes to Trent Forrest. But there we go. That is the Utah Jazz. That is the final team to look at. As we just quickly sum up Orlando and Utah, Cole Anthony looks the best on Orlando. If Jalen Suggs happens to be out, Cole Anthony will look even better. Suggs looks fine for 5,500 on Fanduel. On the Utah side, Donovan Mitchell, very clearly the best option, 8,800 across both sites. Now, let's run some crunches. Thank you guys for being here. We made it through 7 games. We made it through this entire week. Let's get paid off with some crunches. First one up, Fanduel Optimals. And we have Trae Young, LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Cade Cunningham, Miles Bridges, Kelly Oubre, Jeremy Grant, PJ Washington, Goga Batadze. We are stacking up the Charlotte-Detroit game, which makes sense. We're stacking it with the best pieces. Washington, Oubre, Bridges, Ball. Yeah, I'm in. Cade Cunningham and Jeremy Grant are the 2 Detroit pieces. Yeah, that works. That lineup's loaded, guys. But we have no idea who's actually going to be playing for these teams, so no telling. All right, power rankings on FanDuel. Looking like a lot of Charlotte. LaMelo Ball, pretty clearly the number 1 play for today. That's what happens when you take on Detroit. Jeremy Grant, looking like number 2. Miles Bridges, Terry Rozier, Cade Cunningham, all the other guys that are north of 25%. PJ Washington, Zach LaVine, Anthony Edwards, north of 20%. So that's FanDuel in the books. We go to DraftKings now. For DK, we've got LaMelo Ball, Kevin Huerter, Matisse Thybulle, Jeremy Grant, Goga Batadze, Trae Young, Devin Vassell, and Donovan Mitchell. I think that lineup looks really good. That's strong. That's 2 points ahead of my next optimal. That's craziness. I don't see anything in there that's a problem to me. I'd be happy to get that lineup. It's a really solid optimal. Let's check power rankings. Where are we at on likes and views? 143 and 87. That's my crew. That is my crew. Alrighty. O'Shea Brissett is sneaking to the top of the power rankings. I don't know if LaMelo Ball is going to be able to run him down. He ran him down. Spoiler alert. We can get that to 100. I agree, Cantor. Alrighty. LaMelo Ball at number 1 on DraftKings. O'Shea Brissett at 2. Matisse Thybulle 3. Kelly Oubre 4. Those are the 4 guys north of 20%. If we want to go to everybody above 15, Mitchell, Grant, Jeremy Grant, that is, Kevin Huerter, Vassell, Bridges, Rozier, Trae Young, Anthony Edwards. Mofo Worthy, I am doing Yahoo. Fridays are Yahoo days. So, actually, maybe I'm not doing Yahoo? Sorry, guys. No Yahoo. It doesn't appear that Yahoo salaries are loaded to Fantasy Cruncher yet. So, unfortunately, I can't do Yahoo. Let me see if that's an issue clear across the board. Let me see if that's on ours as well. This one might just be fully out of my hands. SMP, what are you doing, man? What's taking you so? How are you gonna forget to hit the like button? It breaks my heart. All right, Yahoo Fantasy Cruncher. Yeah, no, Yahoo salaries aren't there, so I can't run a Yahoo Crunch. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Alrighty, we did it. I'm looking hella worn this week. It's been a long one, man. It's been a really long one. I am ready for the All-Star break. That is going to be incredibly helpful for my life and my sanity. It's going to be a couple spa days, a lot of massage work. Going to need it. It's good to have you guys here, though. Another work week in the books for the Process Show. You guys have been fantastic. It's been a great lead up to the deadline. Now we're into the home stretch. We close out this season. Going to be a long April, I'm sure. And then we get to the playoffs. Obviously, the Process Show will probably go away in the playoffs. But we still got like 2+ more months of this bad boy. So thanks for being here. Hit that like button if you haven't done it already. Peep the link, Prize Picks, awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo. Help us out. Sotex, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Contenders videos will be out after the strategy show. It is Friday. I'm off to the gym in a couple minutes. Strategy show at 10 o'clock with Adam. You guys know where to be. This was the process. I'll see you guys Monday.